Hey, happy Monday! And I am so happy to be giving you this week's reading. And I usually do Monday through Friday, but today I'm like, you know what? Let's do the whole week, 7 days, and get the messages that Spirit really wants to bring to us. And I am just so excited. So I thought that I would use one of my new decks, which is the Sacred Medicine by Asha Frost. I don't know why, but I used these cards for the coffee and cards on Sunday, and I just really liked them a lot. If you're interested in this card deck, I will link them below. But if you want to see the pictures, you know where to find them. I am putting them on Facebook and trying to remember putting them on Instagram too. I'm trying to get cool with the Insta. Let's get right to it. I'm ready for today's card, which is Monday, and it's number 27, and it's reclamation, and it says home. Oh my gosh, and it's so funny because I'm actually going to be away from home on Monday, so I thought it's kind of funny that like home is Monday. And so what it's actually saying is that there's probably going to be a lot of energy inside of your home. A lot of your intention is going to have to come to the house. So this is going to be a day where you're going to have to concentrate on like the people in your house. Maybe you're going to be doing some work on it, maybe working on cleaning it up, getting it all situation. And I'm going to read what it says. And it says, today this card calls you home to the very land that birthed you. Feel the vibration of the trees, the scent of the plants, and the movement of the animals welcoming you back, reclaiming you as you remember the land. This space is also filled with ancestral family that nourishes you deeply than you ever thought possible. The energy of belonging moves through the cracks and the broken parts of your sacred connection, mending the layers of what has been damaged and bringing you back to wholeness. What feels like home to you? Who feels like home to you? Focus on these aspects so that the energy of belonging may settle into your bones with comfort and nourishment. Feel the open arms of spirit, and your ancestors welcome you deeper into yourself. You are seen, you are loved. Oh my gosh. So I absolutely love this because I totally forgot, but today, Monday, if you're listening to this, is going to be the first development circle of the Coffee and Cards Club. So if you're in the Coffee and Cards Club, I can't wait to see you tonight because we are going to be working on our abilities, and I really feel like it's going to feel like home to many of us. It's going to feel like kindred spirits coming together. It is going to feel like, wow, I think I remember this. Like I feel like I remember these parts of myself. So think about that way. And if you still want to join us, you can. So, anything else? I see a lot of purple too. So, that's talking about spirituality, and it could not be more accurate. I also feel like a divine connection on Monday. And I know it sounds kind of strange, but I really feel also with the remote viewing. So if you ever tried remote viewing, it's actually where you can take your, conscious mind and put it somewhere else, anywhere in the world, maybe even in the galaxy. I never tried that before. So if you find anything that is about remote viewing, then this is your sign to do it. And if you have not seen the movie The Men Who Stare at Goats, it's with George Clooney. It is a really amazing and interesting movie about remote viewing. So if you are interested, that would be a really good thing to tune into. And I know it sounds kind of strange, but I'm also feeling like getting your nails done. I'm feeling a lot about self care, but in the sense of doing things that make you feel and look good. All right, so doing your hair, getting some new barrettes, going ahead and getting some new earrings, or just putting those things on that you have. It's I don't care if you're staying in all day. I don't know why they're saying this, but on Monday, maybe you need to do that. Maybe it will brighten your day and lift your spirits. All right, so number 2, which is Tuesday, it's number 12, and it's medicine rights, and it says accomplishment. And it says here, it says, take a moment to reflect on the physical, emotional, and spiritual work that you have been moving through. Know the dark moments that you stood in, the fire that you have walked through, and the oaths that you have now dissolved. You truly hold a courageous heart. This card affirms that you have walked with respect and dedication, and you are to be congratulated. You have understood the sacred responsibility of your path. Celebrate, dear soul, for you have moved through pain, hardship, and now ease is beginning to flow. You've done the work, and now you can rest and receive. This is really a day that, even if it's busy and things like that, staying in the moment, not getting caught up. I feel like it's more of a day of going with the flow, and it's also going to be a time too for you to really embark on where you've been and where you are now. And it's not always a straight linear line, and we might not always realize some of the accomplishments and things that we have overcame and we have done. And I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, I am traveling for my day job, and Tuesday is probably going to be a hectic day because I'm going to be working during the day and taking a flight at night and those kinds of things. And I know that I could get wrapped around the axle and I could get wrapped up of, oh, I'm tired and all these things. But I have to remember that one time that was my dream, to have the job that I have, to be able to travel for work. And I have to remember that, especially on Tuesday. And I have to give myself kudos and being like, wow, Heather, you really did it. You went from being a high school dropout and really getting your life in disarray. And then you changed it around to where now you're living a life beyond your wildest dreams. And if you are not there yet and you are not living a life that you absolutely freaking love and enjoy, then you start taking those little baby steps. And those steps will add up over time. So no matter if you say, I don't have enough time right now, or I don't have enough money, or whatever it is, you can always take those little steps. And that's exactly what I did, is I took little baby steps to get me to where I wanted to be and where I wanted to go, even if I didn't have any money. Okay, so no excuses. Now we are moving on to Wednesday's card, which is number 2, and it says Dark Spirit Moon, and it says Void. And it says here, it says you may feel like you are falling, failing, or not able to find your way, but sometimes it's exactly what is needed. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be and allow the truth of this time to give you clarity. The stars cannot be seen without the beauty of the dark, and they shine especially bright on a moonless night. Have compassion for yourself during the darkness. Darkness is neither good nor bad, or often brings the deepest gifts. Hold the lessons that rise from this time with tenderness. Raw emotions and feelings are a call for healing. This is a reminder that you are worthy of taking space and time. As we expand our capacity to feel into the full spectrum of life, from darkest night to brightest day, we see that we are already whole. Move through this phase so the next cycle can enter as the moon begins to wax. Oh my gosh, and there's a healing affirmation I have to share with you with this. It says, I honor this cycle of darkness, trusting that the medicine will reveal itself. Yes, so on Wednesday too, maybe you're not feeling the best. Maybe you're not having the best day. It doesn't even matter. Maybe you're having a really good day. It doesn't really matter, because what they're saying though is you are going to have challenges. You have overcome many, and guess what? They're not going to stop. I know it sucks, okay? So if you're having those good times, embrace those good times. But if you're having those bad times, we have to just remember that there is beauty also in the dark. And what I mean by that is that quote, right? By, I believe it's Dr. Seuss, but I'm not really sure. I might be giving my quotes mixed up. But it's like, you can be sad that it's over, but smile because it happened. And I was listening to a book recently, and it said, would all the pain that you went through, years and years of pain, would that really be worth it for the moments of love and cherish and things like that that you have felt? And the character in the book was like 1000% yes. And I think about it with myself, because my husband doesn't want to get any pets or dogs and things like that. And I don't know if I want to either. And the reason why that he says he doesn't want it, he says because of the pain that you feel when that animal leaves, and they're only in your life for such a short period of time, it seems, and then they're gone. But I'm like, with all the other animals that he had, I'm like, aren't you happy that you had it? Is it worth it? And he tries to tell me that it's not worth it, but we know that it's worth it. And so, as you might know too, like, one of my friends is receiving end of life care. And even though I'm very sad about it, and I know that like she is too, I'm just so freaking happy that I met her, that we bonded, and we became such good friends and everything. And I'm better now for having have met her and having her in my life. So even though I'm sad that her story is coming to an end, it I can like always help her live her story, after she has transitioned. And I always have to keep on remembering too during these times is that this is not our home. Our home is the other side. This is our temporary, what I call, summer camp, and that's the true home. So think about that. So even in the dark, there is so much light. Okay, just think about it a little bit. You might have to marinate on it. All right, so now we are moving on to Thursday's card, which is number 16. And it says a jingle dress. And it says miracles. I know it sounds so funny, but I'm seeing in this card the Halula girl. I'm talking about. She wears a grass skirt. Totally saying that here. And it says that this medicine comes forward to teach you to believe in the possibility of healing and the existence of miracles. What miracles do you want to call into this time? The energy around you is now open, bright to brilliant possibilities. If you could wave a magic wand, what would you wish for? I'm stopping right there. If you could wave a magic wand, what would you wish for? I really want you to take the time on Thursday and really think about this. So if you are listening to this on Monday, I want you to marinate on this. I want you to think about it, because then on Thursday, when I post this card, I want you to answer it. If you could wave a magic wand, what would you wish for? Truly, if I was a genie, I want to know what it is. Because I'll be honest with you, whatever you are wishing for, you can have. You can 1000% have it. I know that many of us want to live forever, those kinds of things. And in a way, you can live forever. You can. You can live forever in books that you write, in art that you create, in legacies that you leave, in ideas that you have passed down. So you can truly live forever. Maybe it is health. Awesome. Maybe you want to have that vibrant health. And then you can start taking those little steps to the vibrant health. Do you need to work out with a coach? Do you need to find somebody that maybe is dealing with the same health issues as you, so that you can get help from them on how they overcame it? There's so many issues that people are dealing with, and there's a lot of people out there that might be 1 or 2 steps ahead of you that have dealt with that same thing that you're dealing with, and then they can help you out. So think about it that way. And I just want to say one more thing that's coming up in this is everything is possible. Everything is possible. And the affirmation for this is, I am open to miracles touching my life, because that's going to be the next thing. It's almost like the steps of law of attraction. First, you got to figure out what you do want, and then you got to feel all the feelings, and then you got to take those little steps. But the first step right now is claiming it, claiming what you would truly wish for. And I really want to say, at least in this moment, that there is nothing that you could not wish for. If you want to feel more closer and connected with loved ones that passed, like my mom, my grandmother, like I want to have my grandmother back in my life. I want to have them back. They can. And they can be in your life. They can be in your life in a variety of ways. Through learning your mediumship abilities, learning your psychic abilities, talking to them through card decks. You can also, going ahead and creating a book of their life. You can go ahead and create songs in the memories. And if you can't create a song, that's fine, because guess what? You could hire someone that does. That's on Fiverr, Fiverr. So there's so many things that you can do to feel closer to even the past loved ones. So I really want to say that there is nothing that you can say that cannot be done. There's no wish that you have that cannot be granted. Okay, now we're moving on to Friday's card, which is number 35, and it is seed planter, and it says intention. And it says, it only takes one seed to start the growth of a beautiful forest. The reverberations of your intentions, words, and actions are heightened at this time. It's an important season to be extra mindful of your thoughts and inner dialogue. So often we allow the same hurtful beliefs and self-defeating messages to play in our minds and hearts unchecked. Ask yourself, what is broadcasting from my soul today? Is this a frequency that I want to impart in the world? When you think of each thought as a seed of possibility, you feel the power that you hold as a creator of your experiences. At this time, you have the ability to choose wisely, to plant seeds of heightened consciousness and love for yourself, and fuse your sacred waters with the most healed vibrations of your body, mind, and soul. You are worth it. Wow. And so on Friday, we have to be more mindful of the seeds that we are planting. We can plant good seeds, and we can plant ones that aren't so great. And I'll be honest too, there are seeds you've already planted in other people's lives, in your life, that is not the best. But it's okay, because every single day and every single moment is a chance to start over. One thing that's coming up to me is I really didn't learn my money mindset until I got older. Like within the last few years. And I didn't really think too much about sharing it with my family. And now my son has like a horrible money mindset. He is coming from such a scarcity mindset, and he's out on his own, paying his own bills. And oh my gosh, I can see him just going down this rabbit hole. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I really wish that I would have planted better seeds within him. But guess what? I already planted it. It all happened for a reason. I have to trust that. And now I can go ahead and from a distance or however I can do it, try and plant new seeds and then watch them grow. And one thing that I'm doing with this one specifically is I'm telling my son, like, hey, do you remember how I used to be financially? Do you know how I am this way? I was like, and the number one thing that I changed was my mindset. So I'm trying to go ahead and replant those seeds, but if you did plant some seeds that probably weren't the best, just like mine, give yourself some slack. It's okay. It's all right. It's Akuna Matata. You're going ahead, planting new seeds. You're growing your own. And then guess what? You can go ahead and even by just being you, plant new seeds in other people and in the same people that you've already planted seeds that probably weren't the best. Hope that's not confusing for you. But on Friday, this is also a day of going ahead and bring some of your ideas to fruition. This is really a time for you to be like, okay, I really need to start on this. You need to get an accountability partner. If you're in the coffee and cards club, you can go ahead and go into the chat rooms and stuff like that and be like, okay, I need an accountability partner because I really need to get my butt moving on. And then whatever it is, whether it's a certification that you have for maybe a card deck, or whether it's going to be finding a new day job, or if it's meditating, whatever it is, you can get an accountability partner. And if you're not in the Coffee and Cards Club, you can go ahead and maybe do it in the Rise into Your Power group in Facebook that I have, or maybe one of your own groups. And then also for some reason too, the month of July is coming up. Yeah, I'm really seeing the number 7 a lot. So 7, that's usually 7th of the month, or it's going to be July. Okay, so now we are moving on to Saturday's card, which we don't get a lot, and it is number 33, which is one of my favorite numbers, and it's the fall equinox, Buffalo, and it says release, and it says it's a time of letting go. The cycle of death and release is calling to you today. When the leaves fall to the earth with ease, we remember the power of surrendering to what is. The medicine of this card is inviting you into the cycle, asking you to assess what is ready to die in your life. Perhaps a relationship, a belief system, or a job. Maybe it's time to clear out your closets or release things that are taking up too much space in your sacred home. Whatever it might be, you are asked to loosen your grip so that it is all heavy, can fall to the earth to be mulched. And it says, I release and trust that it is exactly as it should be. It is safe to let go. Now, you really have to think about what this card is telling you to do. Do you really need to let go of items and things in your life? Do you have too much crap in your house? You need to move this stuff out. I'm thinking for some of you that is the case. Or maybe it's going to be these old stories that you keep telling yourself over and over in your head when they're no longer your story. Maybe it was something that your mom said, or your dad said, or your brother said, or your sister said. Those are no longer the truth. So we need to put those to rest. And honestly, I hate to say it, but this is going to be a day to meditate, to really figure out what that is, so that you can finally move forward. And another thing that's coming up to me too, if you don't want to meditate, is going to be EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, also known as tapping. And I can put a link to my podcast episode that I did with an EFT practitioner, but it is amazing. So if you're getting stuck at all, not really sure what you're going through, or even if I don't know, if you have some things that are bothering you, going ahead and looking into the EFT and tapping, definitely doing it on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of good energy. Okay, now for Sunday. Now remember, Sunday, I'll see you in Coffee and Cards, right? It is a number 32, and it says summer solstice, deer, and it says nourish. And it says it's a time of nourishment, growth, and blossoming. You are shining your glory with the season of summer all around. The seeds you have planted are now sprouting in great abundance, and you are asked to tend to them with intention and care. Your dreams have come to fruition, and the medicine of this card asks you to celebrate how your hard work has paid off. Deer moves into your sacred space, reminding you that self-care is especially important at this time. With your visions moving into reality, there's so much to do, and the spirit is here to make sure you're caring for your body, mind, and spirit during your busy schedule. Oh, I know, I know. Are you not tired of hearing about self-care? I know that I am. But are you truly taking care of yourself? Are you indulging in that self-care? Are you taking care of your body? That's what we really need to do. And if you are like working out, exercising like I am, like, yeah, I'm going for my walk every day. I'm going for my walk outside every day. I'm around freaking nature, okay? I am doing strength training, right? I'm laying off the cardio. I'm doing everything that's good for my health. I am eating right. I'm drinking my water. I'm doing all those things. So when that comes up to me, it's not about those things that I'm doing. It's not about the actions that I'm taking. It's about the inactions that I need to be taking, the resting that I need to be doing, the journaling, the softer things that I need to be doing. Maybe it does involve a bubble bath and embracing my feminine energy and, doing those bubble baths that have like all of these flowers and, the candles, allowing myself to be taken away, in beautifulness. I'm not making sense right now, but maybe that's what it is. So if you are doing everything right, that like I'm doing, eating right and exercising and getting outdoors, what about the other side of things? What about the nice things? Buying yourself things that make you feel good, doing your hair, putting on clothes, putting on a cute outfit. I don't know about you, but since the pandemic, like my style and my standards have way decreased. Maybe it's going to be doing your makeup like you used to, learning a new hair, doing a new hairstyle, going ahead and, changing the color of your hair, getting some jewelry, and maybe even trying on some old clothes that you used to love, going ahead and doing things like that, that really make you feel good, mentally. Okay, I hope that you had a fun time joining me for this reading, and I will see you on Wednesday for a really amazing podcast. And hopefully, I will be able to post the one that I wanted to post last Wednesday, but I wasn't able to. And thank you for understanding about that. It was a very difficult and tough day, but I'm feeling much better now. And so I will definitely 100% see you on Wednesday. It is a date. And I hope that you check out these cards on Facebook, also Pinterest as well. And if you want to get a deck yourself, it will be in the show notes.